stop fighting. You know, beer fights, after the game, football fights, fighting on the football field. Just stop fighting people, all right? Just simply, stop fighting. Get out of the habit of looking forward to fighting, being in a gang fight or whatever kind of fight it is. What are you fighting for? I mean, you fight not in that fist fight or gunfight type way. You fight. It's okay to fight. You might use that term. The word fight is broad. You fight for justice. But just that fighting about somebody said something about you or somebody didn't pay you some money that they owed you or something like that, I mean, that's not the way to go about doing it. So stop fighting. Negotiate with people. Talk to them and whatnot or something like that. But figure out a way not to fight. And while I'm speaking of that, speaking of fighting, this thing that black males have all over the world of fighting black females particularly. Woman, I'm the man of the house. You gonna obey me. You do what I say do. You're not a man. That's number one. Number one. You're not a man. There's only one man on the planet, and he's white. So forget about that. In the system of white supremacy, there's only one person who is qualified to be a man. And when they say it, be telling the truth. And that is a male person who is white in the system of white supremacy. All non-white males are not men. Why? Their manhood has been stripped of them when they became subject to the system of white supremacy. That's a pretty bold statement to make, but it always has to pass the truth test. Is either true or false. Either men are boys are dependent on men. That's why black males are sometimes, in conversations, they resent it, but it's an accurate description when particularly a white person, calls them boy. When I'm called boy, is that true? Am I a boy or am I a man? Well, within the context of the system of white supremacy, as a victim of white supremacy, as a person who's been captured and put into captivity and never been released, I've never been released from the captivity of the system of white supremacy, so I've been made into a boy, a permanent boy, and I will remain a boy until I'm no longer subject to the system of white supremacy. Boys have to obey men. I can't tell a white person nowhere on this planet what to do, and they better do it. But millions of white people can tell me what to do, and I better do it. Otherwise, I won't eat. I won't have a roof over my head. I won't be able to get a loan. If the white supremacists say I ain't getting it, I ain't getting it, because it ain't no place to get it. And if there is a place, I want somebody to tell me where it is. Okay, so let's clear that up right now. So fighting, stop fighting about this little petty stuff. I mean, go and negotiate with anybody, white or non-white, and try to settle whatever the grievance is that you have, or the complaint, or the dissatisfaction. We're all dissatisfied about something, but you ain't going to get nothing by fighting the person and call yourself going to make them do something. Because if you're fighting with another black person, it's not logical. You're going to have to answer to the white supremacists, because they okay all fights, all right? So you might as well go to the white supremacists in the first place and get them to settle whatever it is that you want them to settle, okay? Now, so since you have to do that, then don't fight. Then you probably won't have to do that. You can negotiate with the person that you have your complaint with.